What are we waiting for?
We scoping the place out, man. We ain't gonna just run up in there. That's how you get shot.
Say that again. You wow. Ooh. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely
Man, you don't know
not.
nothing about no war.
Everybody knows war. Yeah. What it is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Good God, you all.
It ain't you all, it's y'all.
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 Man, you sound like a karate movie. Y'all.
Y'all.
Say it from right here with some soul. Y'all.
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 Let me show your goofy ass how to do this.
Good God, y'all.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Come on, come on.
It ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome. It is Wednesday night. It is a little past 7. But you know what that means? That means it is rush hour night. And as I have promoted for the past 3-4 weeks now, tonight is our mock draft night. And guess what I got in the house for you guys? We've got Damian. He's back with us. And we have got the legend, Mr. George Teague, is with us tonight. Thank you, Teague Football. Thank you for coming on our mock draft night. So Damian and I do this every single year. We just go all the way through the first round and we kind of throw out what our prediction is going to be. So if you could kind of mediate between us a little bit and tell us if we're crazy or really our board's out of whack, because I know mine is. It's a little bit all over the place. And I changed it like 100 times because I have to beat Damian. I think he's won every single year. We're very competitive. So thank you for being the moderator. We greatly appreciate that. We tend to argue a lot.
Yeah, that's okay. I appreciate it very much. And well, I don't know what y'all thinking about this draft actually, because as being up there in the Northeast, you guys think a little different than us down here in the South.
Oh, do we? What's the difference? What's the difference?
Our blue is better than your blue. How about that?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. You know, George does like to troll me on social media.
Yes, but Damian started today, so it wasn't me.
Oh, he started it. Oh, okay. All right. Damian's starting this whole thing. Well, before we get into our predictions, could you please tell everybody, George, about your show, how often it's on, and where everybody could find you?
Yeah, so I do have a podcast called Teague's Take, my last name and Take. It's kind of fun actually because my son is my co-host, so I think that's kind of unique that father son get to do a little something like this, and we stream live on Wednesday nights on YouTube, Teague's Take YouTube. Typically during football season, we are every Wednesday at 8:15 p.m. Central Time, 9:15 Eastern. But right now we just go every other week. So it would be great if the folks would go ahead and go hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell. Keep on track. Our next guest, March 17th, Darren Woodson, Pro Bowl safety from the Dallas Cowboys. No, I don't always have Cowboys on. It is heavy Cowboy, but heavy NFL or heavy Alabama football. Got to get my roll tied in too.
Yeah, it is heavy Alabama football. I know. But make sure you guys all subscribe. I did your show last week. You had a great NFC East panel on, which we had Jay Tuck on, Realism Sports was on, and we very much appreciated that you did not invite any representative from the Philadelphia Eagles. So, I do thank you for that so much. That was great. That's why the show went so well and went so smoothly. Because we didn't have to deal with Eagles fans, It's just one thing that you can always count on is I think everybody hates Philly, right? I can't stand them.
No, but you gotta like their Philly cheesesteak. Their cheesesteak is actually pretty good.
I give it to them on the food. They do have good food. They have some good restaurants. I just don't like their fans. They can be they're pretty nasty.
For Nikki and Damian, I did actually play in that game. When I started disliking the Eagles fans was in 1999 when we were up there playing, and when Michael Irvin got hurt. I don't know if you remember that. And he actually basically ended his career. And the fans were cheering. That never happens. I mean, I know that we hate each other sometimes, and you got rivalries and all that. But if a guy's laying down and a stretcher has to come out, you're not supposed to be cheering for another player's injury like that. So that's when I totally decided that I'm not going down with them anymore.
No. Well, that tracks for them. Like they booed Santa Claus, and they're just not nice. I mean, they've like thrown beer bottles at me. They call me the worst names in the world. So not nice people. I don't like it. But you know what I do like? I do like the draft. You know why? Because me and Damian only do one mock draft. We don't do 500 from like February on and then like say, oh, hey, we were right because we did our mock draft, on January 10th and, we got this call right. So we always do it the night before. We do it one time. It's a lot of fun. D, what is the scoring system? Like what are we doing this year?
So for each pick, you could have 3 points you can get. 1 point can be very easy, the correct team. Right now, you can take a chance and try to predict a trade. And if you predict a trade in that spot, you'll have the right team, but you can play it safe and just stay with that same squad. You'll get a point. Another point is getting the right position, right? If that team drafts a quarterback, you get a point for that. Now, the third point, of course, is the correct player. So there's 3 points that you can get per pick. And if you happen to get a quarterback, but it's not the right quarterback, you still get 2 points if it's the right team and right player and right position, and not the right player. So you have a chance to get 3 points, but if you don't get the player, you still have other points out there that you can get in the draft. And if you want to be risky, you can try to predict the trade. I've done it in some years. The biggest one I got right was when the Bears traded down to get Justin Fields. Yep. So you can try to have that line there where you do that, but you're risking the point. If they don't do the trade and they make that pick, now you have a chance of not getting any points there, because you can get the wrong team, wrong player, and wrong position if it turns out that way. So you have to be very, very cognizant of the risk that you take when you try to predict a trade.
My goodness. All right. Well, I'm glad you're keeping score because I'm good at a lot of things, but not math is like not my strong suit at all. It's really not. So, all right. You're keeping score. Do we want to kick this off? All right.
Yeah. Now we can go ahead and kick it off. So, of course, we're trying to if I say can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're trying to make all the picks here. Yeah, we're trying to make all the picks here, and we're going to start with the first overall pick, which is held by Nikki. Who do you have the Panthers?
I have the Panthers taking Bryce Young.
Did he freeze up?
Okay.
I think he did.
Bryce Young, obviously somebody. Oh, I'm freezing.
Yeah, a little bit.
We got you now. Come on.
Yep.
Okay. So Bryce Young, obviously quarterback from Mr. Teague's alma mater there in Alabama. Bryce Young, I have him going number 1 as well. So we agree on that pick. We both going Bryce Young. So if Bryce Young happens to be the first overall pick by Carolina, we both will get 3 points there for that one.
Well, the only thing I got to say about that is I knew how the show was going to go, because if y'all didn't say Bryce Young at the beginning, I was going to click off.
Again.
Oh, gosh.
You agree, though. He's probably first overall, right?
Yeah, I think, there's some talk about Stroud and all those guys, but I don't think I just think the way he's tested out and on the field and off the field, I think he has to go 1.
Yeah. No, I think so too. And you guys in the comments, play along with us. We're not going to keep score for you guys because that's way too much, but could play along with us for sure. Should we move on to pick number 2 by the Houston Texans? I have CJ Stroud going.
Yeah, I'm with that. I can't believe some people are picking
CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I just don't, I
Yeah,
don't know
there has
why some
been
positions.
Yeah.
so
They
yes,
some of
like
the
Mr.
Houston
Teague
they
was
have.
saying, there have been
Yeah.
some rumors about the tech.
D, you're breaking up. We can't hear you. You're breaking up a little bit. Yeah, so George, I see people saying Houston are they're just going anywhere but quarterback. I mean, to me, that just doesn't make sense. I feel like you have to go quarterback here if you're the Houston Texans.
Well, if they want to compete, they definitely have to. I mean, they haven't got it right in some time. Houston talking about change of ownership or something else. It seems like they need to have something going on. But I think they would be out of their mind to not take Stroud or at least some type of quarterback at that spot.
Yeah, I think you have to. They have to. Like you said, if they want to compete, where it doesn't seem like they've wanted to compete for quite some time now. So I don't know what they're doing over there. Well, let's move on to the third pick, Arizona Cardinals. I have them taking Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. So, edge there, athletic, powerful, a lot of potential. What do you think about that?
I think you're right, but and maybe you're calling this be a homer for me a little bit. I'm also curious to see if Will Anderson lands there from Bama. Know how highly rated he is. Um, do you take him before Tyree?
I don't know. I have them going, just not yet. So I got your boy going. I don't know. I don't know if you take him before Tyree. That's the thing. So on my board, no.
well,
But you're saying
well, that's me being a little homer, I guess, for actually watching him play, actually standing right beside him, had the opportunity to be on the field right beside him. The guy is a monster.
yeah.
Doesn't mean these other guys aren't. I think what you can do with him standing up and with his hand in the dirt, it's just too many options for him, I think.
Yeah. Well, all right. We will see. What about the Colts at 4? So I think they're taking Will Levis at number 4. I think they're going quarterback here.
Oh, you said Will, huh? Before, what's the other guy's name from Florida? What's the other quarterback's name from Florida?
Uh,
I just burned up.
Richardson. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, the Colts they have to. I'm surprised you didn't say that they're not going to trade up.
I would trade up. I mean, I don't know. So I usually don't do trades on my board because they get all like crazy. Damian's usually pretty good with trades. So hopefully we can get him back in here. I mean, I guess they can. I mean, what? Trade up to where?
So if people, and I don't know where they're going to have it from, if there's enough speculation that Houston's not going to take a quarterback right
Right.
then they might need to jump. If they think the difference between C.J. Stroud and Will Levis, as you said, or Richardson are that far apart. I think they are. I think Stroud is a clear number 2. So I don't know. I mean, I like your pick. They have to take a quarterback. That's for sure. They got to find some kind of help for them. The wide receiver they got, who's really good, Pittman, got a good tailback. I mean, they need to have it. So just the type of quarterback, I don't know. I don't like Kentucky quarterbacks. I think
So scratch that. We don't like that one. Scratch it off the board. We don't like it, Nick. They got to do something. I feel like, ever since Andrew Luck just decided, hey, I'm going to retire. I mean, they haven't quite gotten it right yet. They tried the retread. We try with Philip Rivers. We try with Matt Ryan. It just hasn't seemed to be working for them. So I think that they really do need to address quarterback position and try to find that guy, like who is their guy for the future. So I'd be surprised if they don't go quarterback. And like you said, maybe they do end up trading up. there. So at number 5, we have Seattle. I have them taking Jalen Carter out of Georgia. Big, strong, going to run you over. I think that's just what the Seahawks need.
Ooh, okay. And so I'm sorry, I see Damian's over in the chat. I guess he is in or in the private chat anyway. So
Oh, yeah. Okay.
he's up there and listening. So he has CJ Stroud at 2
Two.
and Anderson at 3. Okay, which is more in line with me, right? Because who'd you say 3?
I have Tyree Wilson going at 3.
Okay. And the quarterback. So 5. They got to go somebody on defense.
That's what I heard.
Cornerback.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good corners out there. The guy from Oregon, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
him, Christian Gonzalez. I don't know if I had to say it, but I think they go defense. They were pretty solid on offense last year. They couldn't stop anybody at all.
Yeah, no.
Not good enough anyway last year.
Yeah, no, they definitely have to go defense. All right, number 6, we have the Lions. So this is where I have Will Anderson, your boy, going. If he's there, I feel like this is so easy for the Lions to pick at 6. Now, I know you and Damian don't have him there on your board, so maybe they go Wilson, but I have Will Anderson going to the Lions. You don't like that.
I put so Darius Smith there had a great comment because I think I'm going to take Wilson now. I would have said Jalen Carter because he definitely should be top 10, I think. But I would put Wilson in this pick.
Okay. All right. So you agree. See, we got the Lions going at 6. So we both got Wilson. So 7, we got the Raiders. This is where I have Christian Gonzalez going. So that's my first corner off the board. Your boy out of Oregon there. I think he's definitely going to help the Raiders secondary. Like, my God, they need it.
Okay. Yeah, so I probably would have tried to get him in early. I think another guy, what is wrong with the Raiders too? Good Lord.
Tell us, George. I don't know. What is wrong with that?
Okay, so I don't know. I think at this point they got to make a decision on whether they want to take Jalen Carter or a defensive back or corner.
Mm-hmm.
With the Witherspoon from Illinois, he's pretty good. But I'm going Jalen Carter. I should be writing these down, or I have to rewatch yourself so I know what I'm saying too and pick.
I think Damian's writing it down while he's back there. Hopefully we can get him back in. So number 8, we have the Falcons. This is where I have Devin Witherspoon going. 8.
Oh.
Yep. To Atlanta. And I know Atlanta, they did try to upgrade. Well, they got 1. But you need 2 corners, obviously, in the NFL, right? And I think he can come in, play right in the slot, bring some edge to that position. So I could see the Falcons taking him here.
Man, I don't know. I'm just still surprised that they're even going to ride their quarterback if they have Ritter or whatever. But
yeah,
whatever. So, why don't you just put me down for? Let me see. Let me look at my notes over here. I'm going the edge rusher from Iowa, Lucas Van Ness.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Right, let's move on to number 9. We've got the Chicago Bears. So I'm going with the kid out of Northwestern, Peter Skoronsky, local kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I assume the Bears know this kid and his play probably better than anybody else.
Yes. I'm in agreement with you.
Oh, okay, good.
Hometown guy. They need some help in front of Justin Fields anyway, because although he likes to run, a lot of times it's forced, and they got to get some help up front.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. D, are you back? Let's hope he's back.
Yeah.
Connecting back. Or not. Okay. Technical difficulties. Well, good thing George is here hanging out with me, or else this would be a lonely show, me talking to myself. All right. So number 10, we have the Philadelphia Eagles that we just poo-pooed all over at the beginning of the show. So this is where I have Luke Van Ness going. I just feel like, man, he really fits in Philly, unfortunately. And as you know, the residence Giants fan here and in the NFC East, I don't want him in the division, but I think that's where they're going to go. But you already have him off the board.
Yeah. So, what do the Eagles want? They I don't know, man. They loaded. Saying they loaded already.
They are.
Okay, so if I just have to pick, I'm gonna go edge rusher from Clemson, Miles Murphy.
Oh, all right.
I like defense. I like defense.
Okay. All right. Yep. We like that. Neil, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning into Rush Hour. Welcome to the chat. All right. So number 11, we have the Tennessee Titans. So this is where I have Anthony Richardson going. But I think he is super boom or bust, right? If we're talking athleticism, I think the ceiling is really, really high for him, but he did struggle against defenses and kind of being able to deliver the ball. So it's like, yeah, I think he's like a project quarterback, but I don't know. They're getting another one. Like, they got to do something here, right? Because Ryan Tannehill isn't he's not the guy. I don't know why they keep rolling with him either. So I think this is where they swing and they take Richardson, take a chance.
Really?
Yeah. I told you my board was a mess.
I think this is when Will Levis goes.
Oh, all right. So you have Tennessee taking him.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I like that. That's different.
Yep.
I like it. It's different. We like it. All right, moving up, Houston. Here we go. So they have the 12th pick. This is from this guy's name. Just call him JSN, wide receiver out of Ohio. I think they need a guy to replace Brandon Cooks.
Okay. Yeah. I still think so. Their running game was okay at the beginning of the year last year, but not as good as it could have been towards the end. I think they started getting shut out and were trying to roll backs in. They're kind of get hurt. So I'm saying that because I think they're going to go offensive line.
Okay.
Paris Johnson, Ohio State.
Okay. I like that. All right, 13. So we have that trade, right? Aaron Rodgers deal finally got wrapped up. So now we have the Packers at 13. The Jets moved to 15. So I have the Packers taking Miles Murphy.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You
haven't gone already. I know that.
I already got him already. I think this is where they at least try to get just to spite Aaron Rodgers, although he's not going to take a receiver. I think they take a tight end.
All right.
Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, okay. I do have him going, but I got him way down. All right.
Later.
Much later. Yeah, later. That would
be Mayer going first.
I do have Mayer going first. So 14, New England Patriots. I have them going Joey Porter Jr., right? Patriots need cornerback. And this kid, right? I mean, let's talk about genetics and size. Got the mentality. I think he's exactly what Bill Belichick likes. So I'm going Joey Porter Jr. here for the Patriots.
Okay. You know, he always loads up on running backs, and I think he would try to sneak one in there. But I'm not going to do that. That's not what I'm going to say. I think they go offensive line, Broderick Jones, Georgia.
Yes. All right. I like that. Like it. All right. So here we go. The Jets pick. So this is where I have Paris Johnson Jr. going because, I mean, really, like Mekhi Becton, I don't know, like, was he active for like one game? 2 years. Max Mitchell, he's kind of like developmental. So I think this is where Johnson Jr. goes to the Jets.
If they were smart, they'd take a quarterback as Terrell Jenkins of Realism Sports talked about, but they won't. I think they'll go cornerback Joey Porter. I know you had him go a little earlier, I think.
Yeah, I had him going one ahead to the Patriots.
Okay, yeah, Joey.
Yep. All right. And Joe in the chat thinks Green Bay goes tight end. All right.
Did he say which one? That's what I
No,
said.
Joe, tell us which one you think, which tight end
I said
Jets
don't.
need to go O-line. For sure. All right, number 16, the Washington Commanders with their new ownership. So I think a lot of people are excited for that. And like we said last week on your show, I think they should draft a stadium. It's like horrible. It's worse than MetLife. No, this is where I think Bijan Robinson goes. I hate trying to pronounce everybody's name. Listen,
Really?
yes, I think the Commanders get him. He's not as explosive as Saquon Barkley, but he's definitely, he's that 3 down back. I think he can be all pro status. So I think he's going to Washington.
Yeah, you're just kind of putting him in with my other Bama boy that was there that got hurt. Drawing a blank on his name. So I don't know, man. I'm not going there yet.
Okay.
This is where offensive line.
Offensive line. Okay. All
Roger
right.
Jones. Roger Jones, what I say.
Oh, you already took him though.
Oh, did I take him already?
Took him. He's off your board.
Darnell
my
Wright.
goodness.
Darnell Wright. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that. All right, 17, Steelers. So this is where I have Broderick Jones going. I think he's going to Pittsburgh. I think that the Steelers really focused on offensive, defensive line. I think Jones is going to need some refinement, but he's definitely coachable. And look, they're going to have like a left tackle for the next 5, 6, 7 years. So I think this is where he's going.
Yeah, so you said, who'd you say?
Broderick Jones to the
Broderick
Steelers.
Jones. Oh, okay.
At 17.
I think I'm going on defense. So write this down for me. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
Make sure I don't say his name again. But Deontay Brooks.
Okay.
Maryland.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Even though I don't want to pick one because I got my boy plays up there too, Levi Wallace.
All right. So you're going Brooks on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right, let's move on to number 18. So we have the Lions pick again. So I've got them going Brian Branch here. I think their defense has improved a lot, especially down the stretch last season. And I think he's just going to help round out this unit.
What do they do with their running backs? I don't remember if Jamal, what's his name? They had 2 pretty good running backs. I just don't know if they kept them or not. I guess I got to.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. What's his name?
I had the one guy that I didn't say broke the record, but at least almost had all the touchdowns.
Oh, and they got David Montgomery now, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they don't need man, I haven't picked any guards yet. I'm picking all tackles. Okay. Osiris Torrance, Florida, offensive guard.
All right. I like that. I have him going too, but in a couple.
Man, I'm about to Bijan fall all the way down to the Cowboys here in a minute.
We're not there yet, all right? So bad when I talk about the Cowboys. We got to talk about Tampa Bay first. Gosh, I feel like they need a lot here. I feel like you could go anywhere. So I have them going Nolan Smith here, edge out of Georgia. One of the best pass rushers in the class. I think really, like I said, they have so many holes to fill, but I think that they really need to address that area too. I bet actually they could go anywhere. I mean, probably need so many things.
Okay. Oh man, I can't believe I haven't said anything about Bijan yet. This is really, but they just got that other running back too at Tampa, or running back. Okay, so you said Nolan Smith.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I like that.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. You're just holding on to Bijan so he can fall to the Cowboys. Is that what this board looks like, or?
And I'm sitting here thinking that I don't remember what the running, because I was about to say Bijan to Tampa, but Fournette, I know they're kind of waiting for him to go.
Yeah.
And the other kid, what's the other guy? There's another guy, the younger back that they brought in. Anyway,
They got what? Rashad White is over there too. So
yeah, so they don't need a running back.
no. All right. So we like Nolan Smith there. Number 20, Seattle. So this is where I have Osiris Torrance going. I know it's not like the sexiest pick for them, but I think he's going to be a dominant piece on a very young offensive line. And I think he's going to make life a lot easier for Geno Smith and Kenneth Walker.
Yeah. Now, did Seattle pick up a tight end?
I don't know.
Off season, or because I think they'll go tight end here. That's me thinking. This is my Michael Mayer pick.
Oh, okay. All right. Michael Mayer. All right, moving on to 21. We have the Chargers. So this is where I have Zay Flowers going. As much as I want him for the Giants, I just don't think he's going to be there because, even if he doesn't go to the Chargers, you still got to get through the Ravens, the Vikings, before you even get to the Giants. So I think they go ahead and grab Zay Flowers, small, dynamic player. He can move across the field. And, man, you're going to pair him with Justin Herbert. I think that's going to be a great combination.
I don't know what they need. They got a problem, though, with their running back not wanting to be there.
Yeah, they do have that problem.
So I don't know if they try to trade him. I don't even know how that works. I need to put my GM hat on.
Yeah, put the GM hat on.
To go down. I would be thinking about it if I can get me a running back. I'd be trading down.
You would trade. Okay, so you think the Chargers trade down here?
So I got to tell you which pick they trade down to?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the rules now? If I trade down, I'm saying you flip with.
If you trade down and you get it right, I think you get 3 points, or you get 2 if you at least get this 3 points if you get the whole thing right, the trade, the spot, and the player or the position, and then 2 points I think if you get the trade spot right.
And I already took Michael Mayer off, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so that might be far of a reach. How good is Zay Flowers? I know you had him up there. Would the Giants trade up to go get him?
No, I don't think they're going to trade up to get him.
Y'all need a wideout, though.
Oh, I know we do. I have us taking one. I just don't think they trade up for Zay Flowers. But we do need one.
Well, whatever. It's a mock draft, so I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. We're going to trade up. The Giants are going to trade up.
Okay, so you have the Giants trading up to 21?
To 21.
The Chargers trade back to 25. Giants trade up to 21. All the Giants fans in the chat. You guys, are you listening to this? Let's see if this happens. So George has the Chargers. They're trading back to number 25. Giants trade up to number 21 to take Zay Flowers.
Oh, wait. He said Jamal went to the Saints.
Yes.
I should have put Bijan with the doggone.
No, you're holding on to him for the Cowboys.
No,
I see how this is going.
Well, I need to change that then. I need to put him with the. But anyway, so let's leave that there. I should have took Bijan with Detroit since Jamal is gone.
Okay, you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So number 18 pick, right?
18 for Bijan.
Okay.
Now I don't know who I picked there. I ain't writing no notes down.
Let's see. I think Damian has it. He can.
Are we doing all 7 rounds?
No, just the first round.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Okay.
Kidding me? We gotta do like a 3-day marathon on Rush. So we're on day 2. So no, we just do the first round and we have fun. All right, let's go to number 22, which is the Baltimore Ravens. And I know we ended your show with a Mark Jackson talk last week. But this is where I have the homegrown kid going, hometown kid. This is where I have Deontay Banks, corner out of Maryland, going. Listen, I wouldn't be mad if this kid slips to number 25 to the Giants, but the Ravens always focus, on defense. And if he's available, I think they take him.
You're right.
I know you had him gone already.
I do. But this is with, so they got Odell. They got wide receivers already. Kind of tight end. They have to go. 1 second. I think it's
Well, I will say the chat likes your Giants Chargers trade. So, all right, guys, we'll see. Maybe we need George in the war room.
How many corners the Ravens get? Help me with that. They got Humphreys and who they got on the other side? They're solid at corner.
Let's see. I have to look. I don't know off the top of my head. Let's see. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Darius is pretty good. He always knows like every team, every player.
Well, I'm just wondering if they'll take mine. So I'm just going to say it. Brian Branch.
Okay. So this is where you got Brian Branch going. All right.
Alabama.
Yeah. No, Dan, I did not trade up to take Zay. This is George's trade. He said that the Chargers, I know you're joining us late. So to recap one of the boldest predictions so far, George has said that the Chargers are going to trade down to number 25. The Giants are trading up to number 21. Zay Flowers, a Boys fan, everyone. So just take it, for what it's worth.
That's right. That's right.
So we have the Minnesota Vikings. This is where I have Quentin Johnson going, wide receiver at a TCU. They really need some wide receiver depth, so I think that's where they're going to go.
Man. Minnesota?
Yep.
Is that what pick one?
Yep.
The guy from Ohio State there, Jackson Smith, however you say his last name. The G-Bay. Yes.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. I like that. JSN. I think I had him going at 12 to Houston. Okay. I just wanted to double check that. All right. Moving on to number 24, Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they go Emmanuel Forbes here, a corner out of Mississippi, one of the best ball hawks in the class. He had 14 interceptions, 3 picks, in his 3-year career. So I think they go get a nice cornerback.
Okay. I felt like I missed somebody, though. I hate that I didn't write this down because I'm going back and forth on how I'm looking. I just feel like there's somebody up here. Because you picked Broderick Jones. I don't know that I ever did.
Yeah, I took him. You did. I forget what pick. You took him a few earlier than me because I took him at 17. I want to say you did maybe
15, I think.
15?
I'm looking. And I said, yeah, because I agree with you on Nolan Smith,
Yep.
I think. Okay. Well, they need. I feel like I'm heavy on DBs. There's too many DBs.
You got a lot.
Mm-hmm. The wide receiver crew, who they got? I'm going to go Jordan Addison.
Oh, no, don't break my heart like that. Oh, man. Gosh. Oh, well, on your board, we have Zay Flowers. So that's not a heartbreak. That's not too bad. Pick number 25, everybody in the chat. our New York Giants. Who do I have them taking? This is where I have Jordan Addison going, wide receiver out of USC, versatile, can line up anywhere on the field. Giants need a true number one. I have said that to I don't know. I'm going to turn blue in the face. I think he can step right in and be that main target for Daniel Jones. And this is the big thing, guys. Addison can get separation. Brian Dable, Joe Shane said the priority is receivers that can get separation. They do not care about size. It's about separation. So I think this is the guy.
Okay. I'm down with that. Sorry about if you hear racket going on down there.
That's all right. Are you making a smoothie or something?
My wife is. I was like,
That's funny. All right. So you have the Chargers at 25 now.
yes. So Chargers, offensive line, Steve Ovilla.
All right. Okay.
I can't believe you're talking about me too many DBs. Come on now. That's fun.
Yeah. Darius says too many. Too many. Let's say that let's say you didn't have that trade on your board, George. What do you think the Giants do at 25?
It's definitely a wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay.
So if Zay's not there, I mean, I'm going to take I like Jordan Edison better than Zay, obviously, but I'm doing it just based upon the research. But Zay Flowers, I would say Zay goes to you guys. Still.
Oh man, I would still love that. And like I said, wouldn't be mad if we do get Deontay Banks too. JD, hello. Thank you for joining us. We're almost to the end here of our round one predictions, but you call me Queen Nikki, so I have to shout you out because like anybody that calls me a queen, right? Okay, number 26, the Dallas Cowboys. This is where I have Michael Mayer going tight end out of Notre Dame. Best tight end in the draft, unfortunately, and I think he's going to fit very nicely in there in Dallas.
Okay. I think we need some more offensive line depth. So I think they'll be looking at O-line or potentially maybe trying to find another running back and sneaking in and maybe grabbing a sleeper. But I'm going to go with Anton Harrison from Oklahoma.
All right. Okay.
Tackle. Our tackles are Steele is, coming off an injury, and the other guy, Smith, he's just been getting hurt a lot. So we need another. Both our tackles are kind of in a bad spot right now.
All right. Okay. I like it. I still think you guys get a nice tight end there. I don't know. I see in the chat, would the Giants be bold enough to move up and draft JSN in the top 15?
Interesting.
Yeah. That would be awfully bold. I don't know if that's really the Giants' style, but we'll see. Anything could happen. All right, let's see. We just picked for the Cowboys. We're moving on to pick number 27, Buffalo Bills. If I thought any trade was going to happen, if I thought a team was going to trade down, I feel like this would be it. Buffalo, of course, teams need everything, but they don't have a glaring need per se. So I could see them trading back, but in the interest of not confusing myself, I'll keep the pick as is. I think they might go Jalen Hyatt here, wide receiver. Why not? Let's just keep adding to an already dynamic offense.
That's a good pick, man.
Right.
You might influence me a little bit. Let me go there with you. As a matter of fact.
Okay. All right. You like it. Do you think Buffalo could trade back though at the 27th spot?
Yeah, I do think so. I think they're pretty solid all over the place, as you said. It could be a way to get some value to drop down and grab another pick somewhere down the line. So, yeah, I can see that for sure.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to number 28, the Cincinnati Bengals. So this is where I have Dalton Kincaid going, tight end out of Utah. They're calling this kid like a mix of Zach Ertz and Todd Heap. So you know what, Joe Burrow? Have fun with another weapon and keep your eye out for fantasy.
Well, I ain't got enough linemen on here on the sheet that I'm looking at, but the Bengals needed somebody else for offensive line. to try to block for Burrow. He get his
Somebody,
blocks
right?
all the time. So and I don't know who. I haven't gone past that. There's someone they're gonna have to reach for somebody. There's probably over pick. So let me come back to you and tell you who that would be. But I'm going with somebody offensive line. So he can take my position. I don't have the name, but it's going to be an
Okay.
offensive lineman.
Okay. Offensive lineman. We got it. Would love to see Buffalo trade up to get Bijan Robinson. That would be interesting. Would they trade up?
He gone already.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had him off, but I wonder if they make the move to
Oh, yeah.
trade up. I don't think so. I think if anything, they trade down. Let's move on to number 29. We have the Saints. Oh, let me try to pronounce this guy's name. Defensive tackle out of Pittsburgh. Kahil.
Najee
Yeah,
Hansen.
yes, thank you. Thank you for the assist. Needed that. So this is where the Saints really do need help, as I do like pronouncing names. So I think this kid just might be the answer for them.
Well, there's another one that we're on the same page. That's why I knew how to say his name, because I'm already looking at it. So
Perfect.
we're golden.
We're golden there. Let's move on to one of our favorite teams, the Philadelphia Eagles, at pick number 30. I'm going to go with Brian Breesy out of Clemson. I think he's going to help on that defensive rotation. It's looking a little thin there. He's got the speed. He's got the power. Can pick up some of that slack on the pass rush. And I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go on the same side of the ball, defense, but I'm going to go Keon White, Georgia Tech. Interior. They got some pretty good guys coming off the edge, rushing. So, I mean, they want to stop the run. So they're going to load up, and I think they get him.
Okay. And here we go. Pick number 31, the Chiefs. So this is where I have Anton Harrison going. I think you had him going a little bit earlier. So Chiefs, their two starting offensive tackles from last year are gone. So I think that they need to make sure they're protecting Pat Mahomes. So I think this is where they go.
Nah, I'm still going defense.
Okay.
Will McDonald,
Oh.
Iowa State.
Okay. All right. I like it. Well, we got through the first round pretty quickly. George, any last thoughts on the draft before tomorrow? What do you think? You would know. How are the athletes feeling right now? Is it stress? Is it excitement? Is it just like, let's get this multi-day event done and over with?
So I'm going to answer that, but first I'm going to say I think this draft is easy as we were on it. I don't think it's going to go anything like this. I think it's going to be similar to last year. I'm not talking about the people. I mean the movement. I think there's going to be trades and people trading players for picks plus something. I think there's going to be a lot of TV excitement because, like one of your think people were saying about, does someone try to trade for Lamar or something? Right. I think there's going to be something where some wide receiver, some running back, somebody gets moved kind of fast. And I think in that piece, when you're a player and you're coming to this, there's excitement, especially if you know where you're kind of ranked, which most of your agents are telling you where you were, or you're looking at these reports to say, okay, I should be a first or second round pick, third or fourth round pick, this kind of thing. And it's exciting and nervous at the same time because you don't know. I remember getting picked a lot earlier than I thought I was going to get picked. So I didn't have nervousness. I was just kind of waiting.
Yeah.
When my phone rang, then it became real, like someone talking to you. And I think that's when it the call that they don't really show you on TV, the one beforehand where they're trying to, hey, I'm thinking about trading up for you or something with, can we cut this deal beforehand? So it's a really fun time for the players, particularly in the first round, because you're going to have life-changing things that happen for you and your family. It's just a matter of, if you're on the other side where I was with a guy who was supposed to go in the first round who didn't. And then that was devastating for him because he's sitting there and he's,
Falling. Yeah.
falling. And those guys you kind of feel for too, because I don't know, you might have extended yourself a little too early before you got drafted.
Yeah. But and then in your case, you went earlier than you thought, right? So were you surprised?
Oh, I was very surprised that it happened like that. Really, I thought I was going to be a third or fourth round pick going into it. All the rankings kind of had me at, fifth or sixth, and then had a couple good bowl games and some the All-American games at the end. So I knew I'd moved up to a third or fourth round pick. That's why I was not in New York at the time for the deal. I was at another bar actually in Atlanta with my family.
Karaoke? Was it karaoke bar?
No.
I like those.
And so it was the phone first time it rang, and this is pretty interesting that your folks might want to listen to, is because it was the Packers that called me, obviously, right? And they said, "Hey, we're thinking about trading up. You're kind of, people got you kind of ranked kind of high, and if you don't go to Dallas, I think was there or somebody else. But anyway, there was like 2 or 3 picks in between when they had called. They said, "Hey, if this happens, we're going to trade up and we're going to pick you. Would you come to Green Bay?" So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'd come to Green Bay. didn't want to go to Green Bay, but whatever.
No.
They're going to take me in the first round. Yeah, I'm going to go.
Right.
And so I'm literally watching it on TV, and the commissioner walks up and says, the Packers have traded their pick. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like really, happening. At that time, they had the real long, 15, 20-minute picks or whatever.
Yeah.
And they didn't like hurry up and say it. So I had to sit for another 10, 12 minutes while they were still figuring out whatever. But it was kind of cool because, as the commissioner was walking up, they called me on the phone, the things you see, and I'm talking to them as they're making a pick. And it was kind of fun. It was a cool experience to be able to have. And that is the first time that I ever drank a shot of tequila, because I had just made it. And I said, give me something to drink because I'm on cloud 9.
Oh my God, so fun. For a shot of tequila. Well, a little more reason to celebrate, right? I mean, it's a stressful time and all the work that leads up to it. So I'm sure, and one of the things I like the most when I watch the draft is I love seeing the family's reaction, right? They get so excited and they're hugging and they're laughing and they're celebrating, crying. All the moms are crying. So I guess as a parent too, that has to be, or just a sibling or family member, that has to be a really cool moment as well.
Yeah, it is. My folks were there. I had my best friend and my wife was there as well. So I think it was a really proud moment for everyone just to see that you even have the opportunity to do it. I mean, and we're literally just sitting there for, an hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And they probably were more emotional than I was on either side, just because, I'm a big, strong NFL guy and I got to look good and do my stuff or whatever.
Yeah, right. Can't be crying on TV. Come on. No, can't be doing that. Why would you do that? All right. Well, before we get on out of here for the night, let's touch on the NFC East. We'll have you back on for our NFC East panel as we get, further into the summer here and as training camp starts. So just taking a look at the NFC East, where we were last year, where we are now, I think it's safe to say we're probably one of the better divisions in football now. Where are you ranking the teams in the division? Who's 1, 2, 3, and 4? Who's the team to beat?
I still have the Eagles favorite. Oh, that made my chest hurt, but whatever.
You need a shot of tequila after saying that.
But being realistic, I think that they're still favored. I think the Cowboys are very close second to them. It's going to be interesting to see what Mike McCarthy does and how he maneuvers Dak. I think that's a big piece to what really happens. And then I have the Giants, a very close third to us. with that, I think they're going to be, much better. Saquon coming along, Danny Dimes figuring things out. Um, it's always a battle anyway. We're going to hit and run, and it's black and blue deal for us, our games anyway. And then as much as I want to give the Commanders more respect, as they should, they seem like they always have players, but they just don't do it. And I think their quarterback situation is still going to be a problem for them. So I think they finish last, just because I don't think they're going to be as effective on offense as they need to be.
Yeah, they really got to figure out their quarterback situation, their stadium situation. So they got a lot to figure out there in Washington. I know we got a Knicks game going on right now. Checking the score for you guys. It's 61-51 Knicks. I am really hoping that they win tonight because I'm not trying to do a podcast on Friday night and try to watch Game 6. I can't do all of that. Like, it's just a little much for me. It's an exciting time here, us long-suffering Knick fans. So, we are pumped up. George, I thank you so much for hanging out with me and taking an hour of your time. Now that we've got more people in the chat, just can you tell everybody again where they can find you, where they can subscribe, and when your show is on?
That's right. So you can call me at 777-9311. But anyway, Teague's Take podcast. Come check me out on Wednesday nights, 8:15 p.m. Central Time, 9:15 Eastern. Or as you can see, or if you listen to it later on the podcast, at Teague Football on Twitter and on IG. And that must be my signal that it's time to go.
Time to go. Toast is burning. Well, George, thank you so much. You guys, we are under 24 hours to the draft. Make sure you tune in to the Rush Draft Extravaganza Thursday and Friday, day 1, day 2. We will have our guests on. Make sure you guys please subscribe to George's show. Subscribe to Rush Hour. Just click that little subscribe button for both of us. We very much appreciate it. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. Have a good night. Bye.